So we're back, and I am with Juicy. Okay, and I'm going to be doing a design, and it's going to be a geometrical design, and it is going to be, okay, I am inspired by what in this video? I mean, I'm inspired by Rihanna. I'm inspired by Nicki Minaj. A lot of the clothes that are out and a lot of the things that are out right now are just very geometrical and very beautiful with colors, and so I am kind of just throwing in some whites on this teal blue that I used, and the teal blue is called what, Juicy? Help me out.
Charlotte Rouge.
I know, what's it called?
Nothing.
There's no name for it? It's called NP1 Teal by Charlotte Rouge. Okay? And so that's what I started with, 2 coats of that, and now I'm with white acrylic paint. I am going in with my pink brush that you can learn about all in my brush tutorials in my favorite section. If you guys are learning or you're wanting to learn, please go to my favorite section and check out my brushes and how to mix the paint. And then my biggest thing that I can tell you to do is to practice, okay? And the more you practice, the better you're going to get at this, and it's going to be really cool. So I get a lot of questions, so many questions. What paint do I use? What brushes do I use? What is the name and number of the brushes I use? And I don't have a name or a number for anything that I use unless I use it a lot. And then if I use it a lot, trust me, I'm going to have it everywhere I can so you guys can find it. Okay? This brush, look, right here, look, there's no number on it. There's no way I can tell you what it is or where to get it, you know. I just found it somewhere and I loved it, and I felt the way that it moved on my finger. I test them like this, and it was great and it worked. So that's what I'm doing right now, is I'm just putting in the whites, and I'm going to let that dry, and then we're going to start adding in the colors. Okay, now with because yellow is translucent, I'm going to go in with my yellow like this. And this is just yellow paint, and I'm going to go through like this. And do you see how the white is breaking out the side? And then see how this one turns into like almost a light green? See? So you have 2 colors in one just by using your yellow. So I'm going to go through and add in little geometric shapes like this. There we go. And everywhere that I can, I'm going to overlap and add, okay? Overlap and add, overlap and add. Now white is going to be my predominant, like, thick color that's going to show up all my colors. So that's why I added white first. 2007. Okay? Now I'm going in with bright pink, and I'm going to go in half here and then push it on out. I've taken my fluorescent pink paint, acrylic paint, and I've thinned it way down, and I'm going over the white and the yellow. Now everywhere that my pink hits the yellow, it turns orange, and everywhere that it hits the white, it turns a bright, brilliant pink. Okay? And I'm just going to keep on going through and touching each place. This isn't going to be, this isn't even going to show up as bright on camera, but it is fluorescent. Okay, now I'm going in with blue and purple mixed together, and I think I went in with an orange and I forgot to tape it, because we're watching the Mac. And you know, the Mac is pretty damn good. So here we go. There's this. I have a crush on Max Julian. It's true. Okay, so now I'm going in with my polish, okay? And what this is pigment mixed with clear polish. There we go. Duh. And the brush isn't working, so I'm going in with my paintbrush. Boom, loading it up with polish, And then I'm going to hit every place that I want to make bright, okay? Now I might go in and add some like lines of white to highlight later, but I really want these to be bright neon, wherever I can get them neon. So I'm going to hit all my pinks and oranges like that. See, it just lightens it up and kicks it just a little tiny bit and makes it more neon. Black. And what I'm going to do is I'm lining. These have to be really kind of perfect. The black is important. So I want them to be geometrically lined, and I want my black to cover all mistakes and really shore up and put definition onto spots that are going to look really hot. Okay, so that makes it look really clean, and what I'm doing is cleaning up and really giving them dimension and shape and color. See, because every time I go around and make a triangle out of the black, I'm popping out a color, and I want them to pop in colors that are really vibrant and colorful, like just boom, you know. So I'm going in and cutting in my design where I want it. And I want some thick black lines, not a lot, but just some. Okay, now with the Embella jelly, right here, I have the little tiny piece of it on top, but you get it at scrapperfect.com. I have a little piece on the top of my orange wood stick, and what I'm doing is I'm just going to go in and top coat a little bit over the thick areas of black, and then put my stones in, and the jelly allows you to drop the stone. The Embella jelly allows you to drop the stone right in so that you don't have to spend a lot of time placing your stones. And I am just putting them in the most thickest areas of the black paint like this, okay? Just like that, just to dot it up here and there. I don't want too many in a row, and I don't want too many not in a row, you know what I mean? I want them like bling in every single big black space like that. Dink. And I want it on here. Oh shoot. There we go. Like that. Yeah, that's cool. So, gotta get those stones out. Okay. That. And see, just kind of haphazardly put them on, and it's starting to come together. Okay, so I have my big stones right here, right? Okay, so usually it takes me forever to pick those up, but with the jelly, they go right on and then right in. That is remarkable. Right, Juicy? Mm-hmm. Boy, do we fight with those stones. So, where do you want it on this one? Right here? Mm-hmm. Okay, so you put the top coat, and I really suggest you using a cheap 99-cent Wet n Wild top coat right there. Mm-hmm. And then and then putting them in. I'm using an expensive top coat, and that's a bad decision. But it's because I'm in a hurry, like always. So right here, right there, yeah, that's right. We're on the same page. So I'm picking up the stones and just placing them perfectly with this. That alone is worth everything, man. That is badass. Testify to that.
Yeah.
Okay, because we've spent a lot of time placing stones, and this stuff rocks. Let me look at it again. And girls who place a lot of stones, get this. You're gonna be so happy. You're gonna scream. Because I know I did. Ah! Glue's so good, it makes you want to scream. Okay, now this one goes right here. Oh, damn, that is so pretty. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to finish this out. What I'm going to do now is just put the best glue ever on. And so what I'm doing is I'm just going over and around, inside and around, like this. just kind of just topping little places here and there of where I want some glitter, okay? And then I'm going to put 3D holographic glitter over the top of this real quick, brush it off, top coat, and then I'm going to show you the end result. Okay, now I'm ready to top coat, and I want to show you guys how to do this real quick. Okay, if you get bubbles in your top coat, you turn your brush in circles so that you get all the bubbles out, because you don't want bubbles in your top coat, okay? After that, you slowly pull the brush out, and then, see, I almost let the top coat drop on. You know, you don't want to mess this up. See how I'm pulling it through? I'm not brushing. My brush is barely touching this nail. Then I take my finger and I pull off excess. I pull off excess. I take my finger, pull off excess, and boom. Then you're covered without any kind of bubbles. If you are brushing, if you go in with not a lot of top coat and you're just brushing it on, you're going to have one big bubbly soapy looking mess, and it is hard to get out. So you have to turn. I'm clockwise-ing, I'm turning my brush right now and getting the bubbles out of it, pulling up lightly, letting the top coat drop down, and then I'm pushing it over all of the stones like this, pulling it around the stone like this, around, and like this, okay? No bubbles. Alright, pulling off the excess, Robin, why don't you wear nails right now? Yeah, you know why. It's absolutely impossible to keep nails looking nice and do somebody else's nice like this. Minaj inspired, just badass design inspired. And let me just go down and scroll and show you. There they are. The finished product of much work. And I was watching the Mac, so it wasn't we had some fun. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, we had some education in there. Let me put this over so you can see it. I don't know if you can see it well. Let me see. I think this is pretty true like this. And I want to say this is, yeah, that's pretty true like that. Yeah, that looks so pretty. So let me show you in the light, and then we are done. Okay, and here are the nails in the light, and I hope you can see how they're glowing in the dark, because these are cool. And so here they are in the lamp. What? Pretty. So pretty. I'm gonna try. Look at me. I'm all on her. Hey, baby. Want to go to the club with me?